We have a Michael Jackson, Teddy Riley composition here. Studio multitracks, or stems in some cases. Incredible level of detail we get to hear on this song from the Dangerous era. I didn't know till recently that Madonna was originally the female vocalist that was supposed to be on this track. Instead, Mystery Girl ended up being Princess Stephanie of Monaco. And this song has just an incredible earworm hook. And the other thing about Michael Jackson's and Princess Stephanie's performance is that there are lots of noises. Yes, there's some beatboxing, there's some rhythmic things that are, scats and ad-libs and stuff that are really fun to dig into in isolation, especially. But all the vocalizations that aren't scat and that aren't necessarily sung, maybe they're moans or sighs, they really show us why great vocal performances shouldn't be limited to just singing or just trying to hit notes. There's far more that goes into a performance, and we've seen this on countless Michael Jackson studies like this, but we see it in a different way. We experience it in a different way on this song because there's so much more going on that isn't singing. So listen through with that lens as we study Michael's voice here, in addition to the incredible hook. It started with some of the instrumental. Just fun to hear some of these things in isolation. Yeah. Did not know that about this song till getting these tracks. Acoustic bass and bass synth working together, and how imprecisely they are joined together and exist together. You can hear, like dissonant intervals and stuff happening. Man, when you strip it down, you hear a lot more Motown than you do in the full mix. Motown to New Jack Swing. It's amazing how building these layers, like even the addition of this, right? It pulls you in a very different direction. Fake high school orchestra version. Oh, but that's fun to hear. All right, now let's unpack what we have here in the vocals. We have a single lead vocal track which has some ad-libs from Princess included in it, even though it's a single track. So they've submixed things. I never really know where these tracks come from or how they're how they're put together or why they're put together in certain ways. Then we have some ad-libs, which are fun, and we have some ad-libs and scat, which is, that's my favorite track. And then we have the background vocals, so the call and answer stuff that happens. We hear a lot of the interaction and non-sung, non-scatted sounds go throughout. I think this is a really good drill for us as recording artists, as performers, as vocalists, or even just fans of music. Like, context and arrangement is everything. And if we're evaluating and listening to our own voices out of a context, it's going to make us harder to even get into the things that we create, or maybe judge what we do too harshly. So think about that also as we're listening to this.
There's something I have to say to you. If you promise, you'll understand. I cannot contain myself
when in your presence.
I'm so humble.
What's kind of
touch me. And don't hide our love.
What's kind of cool is it's very non-rhythmic, nondescript, which I think is kind of cool. It gives a place for the more super in groove stuff that happens later. That's one of those things, right? A noise that, like, it's like, what is this? It's there. It works. It adds to the energy of the track. But you wouldn't say that sounds like something you'd want on a recording. Headphone Bleed and Michael Movin.
She's just a lover who gets me by. Is it worth the giving? Is it worth the try? You cannot cleave it. Put it in the furnace. You cannot wet it. You cannot burn it. She wants to give. Dare me. She wants to give it. Yeah. Dare me. It's just a feeling.
Okay, so here's an example of this right here. And this is different than a lot of Michael Jackson songs.
Wants to give.
Right here.
Dare me.
It's in rhythm and it's part of the context of the song, but isolated, it doesn't have that normal that we've come to appreciate, like, super vibey thing that Michael Jackson does. It's more desperate, it's more out of place when it's out of context. But that's great news for any vocalist. Get the context right, and the execution will fall into place. Separate execution from context, and you get less relevance, which can make you uncomfortable. By the way, if you'd like more help with your own voice and comfortably discovering what it can really do, click the link below and join my free voice course. I'll help you take what you would otherwise think would be cringy or out of place and use it to be something that you can be very, very proud of. It starts with the things I teach in that free course.
Wants to give. Dare me. She wants to give it. Yeah. Dare me.
Can you hear the other vocalist in there?
It's just a feeling. You have to soothe it. You can neglect it. You can't abuse it. It's just desire. You cannot waste it. Then if you want it, then I want you to taste it. She wants to give it. Dare me.
Okay, let's take a quick break here and appreciate some of this scat, mainly looped. Oh! There's a lot to unpack here that, as usual, I didn't hear until actually being able to hear the isolated version of this. I love that little sub-melody that's going on. And those subtle inhales, subtle exhales. Of course, the percussion going on. Listen again. What I get extra excited about when experiencing an isolated ad-lib or scat from Michael Jackson is it immediately causes me to do things with my own voice, even though I am not a beatboxer, even though this is not my thing as a vocalist at all. But there's this natural desire to start inhaling and using this vocal percussion in a very amateur way on my part that feels really good. Whatever comes out, comes out. But once you get into this groove, I don't know, I encourage you to try it based off of what Michael Jackson's doing. Don't try to imitate what he's doing, but just have some fun with it. Get silly with it. Again, don't worry about the fact that it might sound cringy or weird to someone as you're experimenting here. Go for it and see what happens. You might use it later.
She wanna get it, yeah. She wanna get up.
One thing in life you must understand.
Yeah,
The truth of lust, woman to man.
yeah.
Just open the door and you will see. There are no secrets. Make your move, set me free. Open the door.
There's something about you, baby, that makes me want you.
There's this wonderful hook, which I want to go over in several different ways. But let's listen to this ad-lib track.
Just as I
Touch me. Touch me there. Touch me. Touch me there. There are no secrets.
Notice that the vocalizations, this is another example, they are not in rhythm. They are purposely not in rhythm. Everything else is grooving so well and so intentionally. And then we've got these incidental vocalizations. When you're not listening to the full context, you go, it's just who, why, how. But when you listen to the full, I really encourage you, everybody, to go listen to the full track. Go watch the original video or whatever. And it pushes and pulls the timing and the arrangement in a way that if everything was intentionally on time, would elicit the opposite reaction that you would want as a listener from the groove. It's the fact that we have things that aren't in time, that are over something that is so groovy, that makes the whole thing more groovy. Key to remember as an arranger, as a vocalist even. Not all your vocals need to be on time, in time, on pitch. There's a balance there that great artists, great vocalists understand.
Touch me.
Then if you want it, then I want you to taste it. She wants to get it. She wants to get it.
Yeah.
She wants to give it. All she wants to get it. She wants to get it. She wants to give it. All she wants to give it. She wants to give it.
Here's what I'm talking about. Listen to I'm going to bring this one up that has the incidental out of rhythm stuff. I'm going to bring these back just a little. Let's listen again.
She wants to give it. All she wants to give it. She wants to give it. All she wants to give it. She wants to get it. She wants to give it. All she wants to give it. She wants to give it. All she wants to give it.
One thing in life you must understand.
And we have this same arrhythmic in the lead vocals.
Open the door and you will see. There are no secrets. Touch me, make your move, set me free. Open the door.
Something about you, baby. Give it that makes me want to give it to you. I said there's something about you, baby. Give it that closet.
So you know, keep it in the closet is definitely rhythmic, but listen to this part here.
Touch me there.
You. I said there's
Touch me there.
about you, baby.
It fits perfectly, but listen when we just are listening here.
Touch me there.
It's very haphazard in terms of timing. The timing and the fit is assigned by the context. I know maybe I sound a little bit too repetitive, but this fascinates me.
There's something about you, baby. Give me that makes me want to give it to you. I swear there's something about you, baby. Give me that closet.
Touch me.
Just promise me.
Okay, listening to this hook by itself, without the background vocals or anything.
There's something about you, baby, that makes me want to give it to you.
A little doubling there.
I swear there's something about you, baby. Oh, that
Just promise me whatever we say or whatever we do
get
to
it.
each other. For now, we'll make a vow to just
keep it in the closet.
Okay, listen to the way he enters into this.
Something
Right there.
because there's something about you, baby.
Yes, the great Michael Jackson's voice cracked.
Because there's something about
His voice couldn't decide whether it was going to go into chest voice or head voice there. It's there, part of the arrangement, sounds great in context. We as vocalists and performers have permission not to be perfect. As a matter of fact, we should never pursue perfection.
because there's something about you, baby, that makes me want to give it to you.
I also love this, that makes me, this growth that happens with his voice. He's good at this.
That makes me,
Those decrescendos and crescendos over one note.
that makes me want to.
Part of this is working the mic, and part of this is his ability to back off on the dynamics. That makes me.
That makes me want to give it to you.
It's masterful dynamic manipulation of your voice.
That makes me want to give it to you. I swear there's something about you, baby. Oh, that.
just promise me whatever.
He's so loose too in this performance, right? And granted, you have all the backing vox and stuff like that, so he doesn't have to carry this alone. I find it very intriguing that this song in particular has so much that is not perfect about it, but works so well.
Something about you, baby, that makes me want to give it to you. I swear there's something about you, baby. Oh, that.
If things were more perfect, if this was a more dialed in, quote unquote, precise performance here, it wouldn't work the same. There's a laziness, there's an openness about it that widens it and creates more interest. That's one reason that, pitch correction and time correction, beat detective and vocal line, all these things aren't necessarily the best tools if you really want to embrace groove.
If you can get it, is it worth the try? I really want it, I can't deny. It's just desire, I really love it.
Cause if it's aching, you have to rub it.
She wants to give it, she wants to give it, all she wants to give it. She wants to give it, all she wants to give it.
Oh, I just love all the noises. Ah, so cool.
It's just,
I like this handoff too between the two vocalists.
it's just desire, I really love it.
Right, like listen to this. It's just so like what interrupting? Why did they get the wrong track in there? But it works.
It's just desire, I really love it.
Huh?
Cause if it's aching, you have to rub it.
But then when you combine it with even the rest of the vocals, it creates this happenstance sound it's really cool.
Touch me there.
Want it, I can't deny. It's just desire, I really love it.
The unintentional things that happen in the situation at hand, expressed by the interruption of expression. And the interruption is what makes the moment.
It's just desire, I really love it.
Cause if it's aching, you have to rub it.
She wants to give it. She wants to give it. All she wants to give it. She wants to give it. All she wants to give it. She wants to give it. All she wants to give it. She wants to give it. All she wants to give it.
Just open the door and you'll the special burns inside of me. Inside of me, you never tell. Touch me there.
Dare me.
Make the move. Cast the spell.
Dare me. Something about you, baby.
It's that crazy yell again.
Touch me there.
Dare me.
Make the move. Cast the spell.
Dare me. Something about you, baby. Keep it in the closet.
Touch me there.
To give it to you,
Listen to this rhythmic exchange here.
baby. Keep it in the closet.
Touch me there.
To give it to you.
If they keep it in the closet and touch me there, again, not fully in groove, but it pulls time in a very interesting way.
Keep it in the closet.
Touch me there.
To give it to you.
Just open the door.
About you, baby. Keep it in the closet.
Just promise me whatever we say, we'll do to each other. I want it. We'll make a vow. Just
That was very rhythmic there. Listen to the Michael muttering here.
promise me whatever we say, we'll do to each other. I want it.
And then all the incidentals around it.
Just promise me whatever we say, we'll do to each other. We'll make a vow for now. Just promise me whatever we say, we'll do to each other.
Oh, wow.
We'll make a vow for now.
Again, you pull it out of context and it's not rhythmic at all. It just falls into the track, and these supporting tracks make it seem more rhythmic than it actually was.
Just promise me whatever we say, we'll do to each other. I want it. We'll make a vow for now. Just
Cool.
keep it in the closet. Dare me.
Dare me. Dare me.
Touch me.
Dare me.
Dare me.
Touch me. Touch me there.
I don't understand. Dare me.
Touch me there.
It's a sound painting with vocals that would not happen if these vocalists were just singing. These are fun improvs. Squeaks and inhales. Oh. Remarkably repetitive for... It's because there's so many other things going on that you want to hear this almost as a sub-hook.
Just promise me whatever we say or whatever we do to each other. For now, we'll make a vow to just keep it in the closet. Dare me. Keep it in the closet. Dare me. Keep it in the closet.
Dare me. Said don't you come into this summer.
Keep it in the closet. Dare me.
You don't understand the things you're doing.
Dare me.
That's some awesome beatboxing at the end there, in the context of everything else that's happening.
Dare me.
Listening again.
Dare me.
You don't understand the things you're doing.
Dare me.
Dare me. Dare me.
Cool.
Keep it in the closet. Keep it in the closet.
It's a cool sound.
Dare me.
Great discoveries, as usual, from these Michael Jackson multitracks. Be sure to check out the full playlist. I've done dozens now of these tracks, of these isolated vocal and multitrack breakdowns of Michael Jackson's greatest songs. And again, if you'd like more help working with your own voice in a way that helps you experiment freely, click the link below and join my free voice course. We'll see you for more.